off with that. But anyway, we're live. What is going on? This is your boy Jordan JC from the ATS Report. I'm back on the Windy City Breeze set with my boy. He is in the building for the first time. Calvin, what is going on with you, boy?
What's up,
How you feeling? Glad to have you. I got my boy P.Kidd off in the cut. You can't see him. I don't know if you can see him, but you can definitely hear him because he's the pettiest man alive. Got my man Drew in the back. Got my man super producer Joe Holt on the ones and twos in the back. And we're just going to get into a real obvious topic that everybody talks about since Kingdom Come. Who is the GOAT of basketball and why? So the reason why I bring this up is because recently I saw a video where there was an interview. I believe there was a woman that was interviewed, and they said, do you think that LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan? And her simple answer was, well, if LeBron was first and played first in the league, he would be better than Michael Jordan. That is cap. Thoughts? It's
blasphemy.
Feelings? Anybody?
It's the worst take ever.
Yeah,
it's not.
It's straight blasphemous. I mean, you just think of the fact like this. And I said this earlier when we was talking pregame.
Yeah.
LeBron has always had shooters around him, or he's always had great talent or players around him. Mike has never had that many shooters around him. And at the end of the day, back in the 90s, we're comparing eras. People weren't shooting the basketball like that. Not from three.
It was a paint game. It was inside out.
The best shooters were on one team. Cleveland had two of the best. What, Mark Price and Steve Kerr?
So I'm gonna pose this question to you. If you put Jordan in LeBron's era and LeBron in Jordan's era, is LeBron as dominant with the rule changes that was back then?
No.
So he can't be the GOAT then. He can't be the GOAT then. Because if you put Jordan in his rookie season up with his athleticism, he is still the GOAT. He still dominates everybody. Yeah. Will his defensive stats be a little bit different? Yes. But offensively, he would be the GOAT.
Well, crazy enough, his defensive stats actually will be even better than what it is when he was playing before.
I am all for this argument. I'm gonna just bomb this real quick.
Just came in like
I'm
that.
all for this argument. But let me ask you all this. That's cap that Michael Jordan didn't have. Michael Jordan on his second three-peat had the best team in the league.
Well, they had a best defensive team.
Hold on. Time out. Not just shooters.
You talking about 96, 97.
They had his second
three-peat. He had the best team in the league. Dennis Rodman goes down as the best rebounder. He was the best rebounder before then.
Tony.
Sure.
Defense.
Tony Kukoc, as a wing,
is
one of the best wings in the league.
Yes.
But with that best team,
Scottie Pippen was a top 10 player in the league.
Defense.
P.Kidd, did they lose? So LeBron, he had Wade, Bosh. What they do year one?
I could make the argument that if you take MJ off of the 95, 96 team, they still make the playoffs. If you take LeBron off of the team that he took to the finals, they don't even crack the playoffs.
You talking about the Miami Heat team?
Talk about the
Cleveland?
That 07 team?
Yeah,
you take LeBron off that team?
No, that's a fact.
Okay,
that's
Cleveland.
the only year I respect.
But look, that
honestly,
but that's the equivalent of Mike having the mid '80s team.
So
if you took him off of the 1991 or 1988, 89 teams, they don't. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So when LeBron finally gets the equivalent of an actual team, I mean, he basically forced his way to get, play GM and pluck some of the best players he can and try to shortcut getting those championships. But impact-wise, you can't say that. First of all, Mike took what Magic and Larry did and built on it. Mm-hmm. And then he had a global impact. If you don't have Mike, you don't have LeBron and everybody else.
You don't have Kobe.
You don't have Kobe. You don't have
global basketball.
You don't have
I agree with that.
The maturation process of it's just passing the baton.
Yeah.
And the thing is like Kareem was that dude that always won. He won in high school, he won in college, and then he won in his second year when he was in Milwaukee, won a championship. Then he tailed off. He was still an MVP guy when he got to LA. And it was only because of the GM that wanted to win between the Boston GM and you got and the owner with Jerry Buss that they sit there and they get Magic with that number one pick. How do you get the number one pick? And you still got scorers on your squad. Jamal Wilkes. Norm Nixon. All those guys were good dudes. And so they immediately go back to winning it. Kareem had failed. Then they come back again and get a number one pick later and get James Worthy. So Kareem gets 5 more championships because of magic. And then it created the excitement. But what Mike did, he made everybody money.
He made everybody better. I credit LeBron's championships, one to Kyrie when they went against the Golden State Warriors.
Yep.
One to Ray Allen when they beat the San Antonio Spurs at the last second.
Yep.
Let's see. Huh? I can and I will. What are you talking about?
Why can't you?
That Warriors championship, you can credit Draymond Green too.
Hey, that watered down COVID championship.
Oh, that COVID championship. I don't even count that.
I don't respect that. Most people think otherwise, but I don't respect it.
This might be his first championship if Scottie Pippen doesn't come into his own.
Who made him like that though?
Pippen who created the dog in Pippen? Because it wasn't Pippen himself.
Mike got him to be
who created the dog in Pippen?
I agree, but he's the one that actually manufactured Pippen. He made Pippen into what he was.
No, but Kyrie was already.
Kyrie was already.
Kyrie is Kyrie.
Already Kyrie.
Kyrie is Kyrie.
But when you're around greatness, you tend to elevate your game. Kyrie's already given him.
Agreed.
Kid, you can't be off mic. You can't be off mic, dog, while we over here talking.
Yeah, man, get back over there.
Nobody
Man.
can hear you.
Gonna show up and then leave.
Yeah, you can't be off top.
That's part of his pettiest man alive persona.
Kyrie was already a beast when he was paired with LeBron. LeBron didn't instill certain skills in Kyrie. Matter of fact, I would go as far as to saying Kyrie has a better skill set than LeBron.
Do you think that being here with us will help you step up your game as a podcaster?
Absolutely. But
you already had talent.
But you already had talent, though,
ability
right?
to do it, right?
So Kyrie with LeBron, he made him up his game.
I like what you just did there, but I'm still sticking to my point. All right.
So the difference.
Take me off my point.
Listen, I do believe that Jordan is the GOAT. I think the way that the argument you're making is not a good enough argument because the way you're going about it is easy to poke holes in.
Hey, poke holes all you want. I'm for that. Pause. Actually, you didn't even catch that one. I didn't. Anyway,
I would say this though. The thing is that LeBron, what messes it up for me, I'm rocking with LeBron until he goes to Miami because he was doing it technically the right way. Of course, everybody wants to win. And everybody's talking about Mike. Oh, Mike, y'all act like Mike never lost. Mike, it's about the perseverance. It's about having the talent and fighting through it and galvanizing everybody together. So yes, Scottie got better. Horace got better. Even Cartwright. The team grew together. It was that good of a team because let me say this. When Mike left, right, and everybody teases when that team left when Mike was gone and they got to the against the Knicks and lost, right? Mm-hmm. So you think that team would have did that back in '88? That team was grown. Mike took a step back, and that team was still good enough. They didn't win, by the way, until Mike came back. So I just think that the difference with LeBron is that he tried to force these teams. It's not a natural fit. It's like you're for hire. Yeah. Let me pluck this guy. Let me get this guy, and then we're just gonna win the championship. That's like Houston
Mike
winning.
Never played GM.
That's like Houston getting the second championship.
That's because LeBron is not a builder. He is a great player in himself, but he is not a builder.
Well,
he's not a builder of men to me. But I didn't, honestly, to be honest with you, I didn't like LeBron until he went to Miami. I didn't because he was the golden one. He was the chosen one. I'm King James. I got a Hummer at 17 being heralded back then as the next coming of God who dribbles a basketball.
Right. But he did his thing.
So I was not a fan until he showed me year after year after year. And then when he lost, when he went to Miami and he got humbled.
So
he had to eat it. And then he was like, okay. That's not like hate.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you. So you felt no. So you didn't like that. You felt like he was given. You felt like stuff was given to him, even though he was suffering for about 8 years.
I did. But, and then he showed me that he actually put in the work. He put in the time. He put in the energy. He got himself better.
No, he put in the time and energy in those last 2 years because when he just single-handedly destroyed Detroit.
I'm talking about as he grew himself as a basketball player.
Yeah, but when he sat there and basically ruined the Eastern Conference, he ruined Toronto, he ruined Cleveland, and they doubled up Miami.
The Eastern Conference.
He ruined a lot of.
He ruined the whole conference.
He ruined a lot.
He minimized the competitive balance in the league when he did that.
Now, so going back to your point though about being a builder. He was not. And evidence of that was, remember the second time he went back to Cleveland, who did he try to put on that team? Who were great individually on the other teams. Obviously, injured Derrick Rose, but he still had D Wade. He had D Rose. He had Isaiah Thomas. There was just a slew of like old stars on the team, and they tried to play or fit in that role.
And it worked.
Every time LeBron comes around, what do you have to do? You have to go into a role. You can't be the guy. Back when he was on the Lakers with what is it? With what's the power forward that's a beast in New York?
Julius Randle.
Julius Randle.
Yeah.
Brandon Ingram. All
Lonzo
those guys
Ball.
were there. Lonzo Ball was there. All those guys were there with the younger LeBron, and they were trash
because
you have
he
to fit into this mold that LeBron makes you.
Because
he makes people better.
That's because his game is not, like I said, his game. LeBron individually is great, but his game does not transfer to a lot of different players in the NBA
because he's too selfish.
Right?
He's ball dominant.
Very ball
He's
dominant.
like Westbrook.
Exactly.
Very ball dominant.
Why do I need a power forward
When I can
you act like a
rebound?
point, or why do I need a point guard if you're playing the power forward and you're playing all the positions instead of distributing the ball like you
I
should?
feel like
The point guard literally has no role because if you're the point guard and you got to go stand in the corner every single time, how are you the point? You're not running the squad. LeBron is.
So their team has to be kind of like how Mike's squad, the late 90s Bulls squad, like that second iteration, because Ron Harper wasn't a true point guard.
No.
He was a 2 guard.
Right. So the point came out of Scotty, right?
Yeah.
So, and he only averaged 6 assists a game.
What's Steve Kerr?
No, Steve was a spot shooter guy, hit your spot.
Randy Brown.
Here's the problem. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got a problem with the way that we're framing. First of all, it just seems like a bunch of people hating on LeBron.
I'm not hating on him.
No.
I'm not hating on LeBron. I just know that he's not the guy.
I just didn't like the movie made.
Not hating on LeBron.
Let's put the facts on the table. Michael Jordan is revered as a GOAT. I think he's a GOAT. But realistically, you can make a strong argument as to why he's not, simply because of all the reasons you think LeBron is not. Think about it like this. LeBron forces people to play a different game. Mm-hmm. Scottie Pippen is literally fighting for his life right now and his reputation because he sacrificed his game so Mike could be great.
No, he didn't sacrifice his. No, he didn't.
Scottie Pippen.
Whoa. Time out. No. You said he did what to himself?
That contract, everything that was going on with him,
has nothing to do with his contract.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. If you read Jordan rules, all those dudes before in the early 90s was scraping and clawing to get a dang near $1 million. What happened is Scotty got better, and it became Mike versus Scotty in terms of like the owners didn't want to pay these dudes. So it was about that contract. And then Scotty got all them goddamn brothers and sisters. He got all those dependents on him. So he needed to sign the contract.
All of that stuff. That has nothing to do with the
security.
Yes, it does.
It has nothing to do with the simple fact that Scottie Pippen's performance on the court, his career performance, was sacrificed largely in his prime because there was a Michael Jordan on his team.
Okay. To case in point, then what did he do when Mike was gone that year?
Let me ask you
what did Scotty do that year that Mike was gone?
Oh, they got to the. Oh, that's a.
No. You said prime. That's still early prime. Pippen.
Did his numbers go up?
Well,
he scored more.
Hold on. Did his rebounds go up?
Scotty's
did his rebounds go up? Did his assists go up?
A little bit.
A little bit.
I guarantee you that actually they didn't. I guarantee you.
His stats
I guarantee.
I guarantee. Average 2021.
Number one option.
Scotty,
Michael Jordan never had a playoff or finals run where a player on his team averaged more than 19 points.
Well, yeah, because he averaged near 40.
Neither LeBron.
No, Kyrie averaged 27 in the finals.
Which again shows you that LeBron is not good.
Kyrie averaged. Dwayne Wade averaged 24.
It's a different breed. From
when Mike was gone, Scotty never averaged more than 20
what we got for
points.
That's 90. That's not the season.
We're talking about 93, 94. 22 points. Mike left. No, his points didn't go
22 and 8.
He was 18 points the year before that and 21 before that.
That's a 4-point jump.
Hey,
really, dude?
Yes.
Really? Hold on.
Hey, case in point, this debate,
this
conversation.
Hold on.
What? Go ahead.
When Mike,
hold on. We gonna get this. Hold on.
No.
Go ahead.
Last thought?
Yeah.
That'll be last thought. Let it run. We can clip this up. You want to know why? Because y'all sitting there capping for like, listen.
We're not capping anything.
Y'all the reason you capping.
His rebounds. You said his rebounds went up. He was 7 to 8. Woo! He had one more rebound a game.
One more rebound.
His points. He didn't do anything. He's the same player.
He went from 18
to 22.
Down. Listen,
when
he came in the league, look at his numbers. Scotty was 7 points, 14 points, 16 points.
Hold on. Why did his assists go down, Calvin?
Because Mike wasn't there.
Mike wasn't there, so he had to be the what?
He had to be the scorer. He had to be everything. So Scotty would bring the ball off the court, bringing them to Mike so they can run a triangle. But if you don't have Mike,
so why do you kill? Why do you kill Mike for having? I mean, kill LeBron for having Dwayne Wade, right? Who was the first combo guard that you would say was an all-star caliber combo guard that he had.
Okay.
Kid.
Why would you kill him for that when he averaged roughly the same amount as Scotty did?
Here's the difference.
Kid, we kill him because he
made the finals on his own. Who else was on that team?
He bankrupted the East. It made it too easy. That's
why didn't the Boston Celtics make
look at the competition?
They did. They won.
Hey, way too
so the GM put that team together.
Hold on. So what?
So
my point is that.
So what?
But listen, here's the thing.
No one kills KG, Ray Allen,
They
and
were
Paul Pierce.
And the
Go ahead, Calvin.
Danny Ainge.
So look, check this out. Check
Who
this
is
out. Right?
old?
Let's say Jordan did this. Let's say Jordan was tired of losing to Larry Bird and the Celtics, right? Which I'm sure at one point he was. And let's say he decided to reach out to Hakeem Olajuwon and Charles Barkley and say, "Hey, let's run this. Let's run this." Because by the way, the year prior to that, but not that level, but not.
Yes, y'all do know that, right?
But was D Wade and Bosh the top 10 players the year prior?
He said Mike
reached out
to players to come to
I don't-
Chicago
I
to play
don't
with
know
him.
that.
Oh, he recruited. I got you.
Y'all do realize that, right?
But not to that level. He never recruited a Charles Barkley. He's never recruited a Hakeem
Those
Olajuwon.
dudes wanted to play against each other.
They wanted.
They
Right, if
two
he recruited
competitors.
anybody,
a banana club
If
like
you
LeBron James.
if he
Dwayne
recruited
and all
anybody,
them
it was
boys.
probably like a Steve Kerr.
You got to
know,
beat
that
the
level of
best.
play.
It means something.
He recruited mid-level
It was
talent.
a different
Exactly.
It was
mentality
mid-level
back
talent.
then.
And
You're
that's
not trying to play
fine.
with four
My
superstars.
problem is if you're going to recruit somebody, don't recruit a top 5 player.
Two
and
of
a
them.
top 10 player.
Two top
Bosh
5
and
players.
Wade were
That's
top
what he's saying.
10.
Bosh at that time
Wade
was
was
one of the
top
best power
5, top 4.
You're sitting there.
LeBron, Kobe, Wade, in that
He,
order.
he,
Who he gonna beat?
he learned that he couldn't
And
do
he
it by
lost.
himself early.
He
That's
lost-
what it was.
And then
They
they
lost
lose.
to the entire 1996 NBA draft. They lost to Dirk, Jason Kidd. They lost to everybody on that draft.
Okay, you know what? We're going to wrap it up, man. This is exactly what we can agree on, that this conversation is going to be long on into the future.
Into the next goal. Into the next goal.
The next goal.
We gonna
Golden's
settle
number
this.
It's always going to be somebody, whether it be 10, 15 years.
LeBron is number 2.
Shout out to my boy Calvin coming out through the building. Appreciate you, man. My boy PK over there with the popcorn.
Pettiest
My
man
boy
alive.
Drew and super producer Joe hold on the ones and twos again, man. I appreciate you all, man. Leave a comment in the section below, man. Who do you all think is the GOAT and why? Again, this conversation is going to continue to drag on into oblivion. But thank you. Shout out to everybody for supporting me. Go and subscribe to the ATS Report. We making it big. We doing big things, trying to get on the level of the Breeze, baby. So help a brother out. All right. See y'all later.